really quite desperately. I think I'm going to be fine until I get to Oakham, because that fuel gauge is so inaccurate. Tells you you've got nothing in there when there's actually about half a tank. So I'm going to take a risk with that. Well, good morning. Oh, what a beauty it is, isn't it? We're out on little Jimmy today. Jimmy the Himmy. Look at him. He's been... oh wow. Crow just dropped something then. He's been a little bit neglected, hasn't he? He seems to have just been out on Big Roxy the last few times. So, yeah. I took one look at Jimmy sitting neglected in the garage. I don't think I've ridden him since the last time I commuted to work. So well and truly time for a ride out. The fuel gauge is saying I'm nearly empty, but in reality that is just, it's just like guesswork at the best with that fuel gauge. It's probably got about getting on for half a tank, so I'm going to take a chance and try and get to, so there's one town that we're going to go through this morning on the way out. It's about 30 or 40 miles away, so we're going to go there anyway, and hopefully there's enough fuel to get us there and we'll get filled up. So where are we going today? We're heading down to Rutland, and just south of Rutland water there's a little reservoir there called Eyebrook Reservoir. Eyebrook Reservoir. I've been before, I flew the drone, I've got the drone in the backpack. Hopefully it won't be too breezy and we'll be able to launch it. I've got to remember that I don't have a quick shifter blipper. Get so used to using it on our Roxy, just forget. Oh, it's nice to be back out on little Jimmy. So anybody watched the Triumph video that I did, the visitor centre one? Now it's not the full tour, it's not the full factory tour. I did just put visitor centre because that is sort of the bike museum bit downstairs, and the cafe. Well worth a visit though, you know, you don't have to pay to get in, and there's some lovely Triumph Exotica there for you to drool over. It just shows how rudimentary this suspension is on Jimmy, doesn't it, in comparison to the plushness of the BMW. So I took Roxy in day before yesterday. I was editing all day yesterday. Took Roxy in on Monday for a service, and while I was in Pidcocks, Matt came up to say hello to me. Matt's a blood biker. Hiya Matt, you're right mate, lovely to meet you. But I still find it odd when someone recognises me. It is lovely, and it just shows, doesn't it, the power of social media. So I cleaned all the tank with Uncle Albert's Diamix wax last night. God, it feels so sexy. Ugh. So as you know, I don't do sponsorship, that's not my thing. But what I will do, and I'll do this for anybody who I think is a good company, I will give you a shout out and I will support you as a company if I think you're good. The same as I do with Scenic. It is a superb app, and I plan most of my routes in, well in fact I would say 99% of my routes. I plan them in Scenic because you can do it point by point, plot your route exactly where you want to go. Well, I did use the TomTom app the other day actually. Now the TomTom Go app is also another, you know, it's the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to price, That also, every now and again, or well, quite often actually, throws up some fantastic routes. I really like using that as well. This bike's still got that horrible vibration sound on it. There's no real rain forecast for today, maybe a little bit of drizzle later on. It's going to get cloudy as well later on, but hopefully we'll be able to get out and have a decent ride. And at least it's sunny now, isn't it? Church in Stoke Dry boasts medieval wall paintings and a Romanesque chancel arch. An intriguing myth suggests that the gunpowder plot conspirators once met in a small room above the church's porch. However, this claim lacks substantial evidence. The manor was part of the estate of Sir Edward Digby, one of the plotters, adding to the historical intrigue. Perfecto. During World War II, Avro Lancasters flying from RAF Scampton used Eyebrook Reservoir for their final practice runs before taking part in Operation Chastise, the famous Dambusters attack on the Ruhr Valley dams in May 1943. Eyebrook Reservoir covers 497 acres and straddles the border between Leicestershire and Rutland. It was created by damming Eyebrook and is renowned for fly fishing as well as stunning views. It's also a site of special scientific interest due to its ecological significance. Bird species you can expect to find at the reservoir include European golden plovers, red kites, smew, which is a kind of duck, dunlin, little egrets, as well as birds which come to overwinter such as Eurasian widgeon, common teal and common pochard. stop, my microphone for some reason has stopped working. However, the scenery, wildlife and quaint villages along miles and miles of single track and sometimes gated roads were really amazing. So you'll have to make do with some music, which is probably a blessing. Just to the south of Melton Mowbray sits the village of Burton Lazars. The name means farm or settlement with a fortification. The term Lazars is derived from St Lazarus. The addition of Lazars occurred after the leprosy hospital was established by the Order of St Lazars in the 12th century during the Crusades. This hospital played a significant role in funding both military and hospital activities in the Holy Land for the Knights Templar. And finally we come to the market town of Melton Mowbray. The name Melton is derived from an Old English word, Meddletown, which means middle town, which means a town surrounded by hamlets and shares its etymology with other towns like Milton and Middleton. Mowbray refers to the Norman family name of the early lords of the manor, specifically Robert de Mowbray. There are 28 scheduled ancient monuments around Melton Mowbray, demonstrating its historical significance, as well as 705 buildings of special architectural or historical interest, and 16 sites are designated as special scientific interest. Melton is often promoted as Britain's rural capital of food, being renowned for the Melton Mowbray pork pie, and also hosts one of 6 licensed makers of Stilton cheese. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a like and subscribe. I've been Jack Porter, this has been the Moto Mogul channel. I'll see you on the next video.